Citadel Securities bids for Credit Suisse China business. And apparently, not only did they bid, but Citadel Securities is the only global bidder for Credit Suisse in China. Credit Suisse is selling their venture after the UBS takeover of firm. Citadel Securities is bidding about $280 million for Credit Suisse's Chinese security business, as the market maker founded by billionaire Ken Griffin pushes ahead with expansion plans in China. Moving on, reverse repos just went into basically the $500 billion area, and we need to talk about trades that are happening with large institutions regarding AMC, but also Adam Aron himself. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend. I'm going to try to keep this video as quick as possible, get you the information as fast as possible, but since I research, edit, upload, record these for you guys, not in that order specifically, all I ask you to do is please hit the like button, get us to 18,000 subscribers by the end of this video. We need about 100 and somewhat subs, so if you're watching and you're not subbed, make sure to sub. Without further ado, let's get into it. Fortitude and plenty of other funds are purchasing small amounts of shares over the past couple of months. Specifically, Fortitude just purchased 192 shares. Now, this is a $4 stock. Why would they only put 1,000 into AMC? Why would they only purchase small amounts of shares, as well as plenty of other companies? Is AMC going to have another lawsuit coming up claiming that, well, we were shareholders, okay? We hold shares in the company, right? Because we remember seeing that back during the whole ape debacle. Not only that, Adam Aron selling off some of his shares, and yes, he did acquire more shares than he sold off, but again, he did not purchase them. He acquired them. So overall, this isn't a good look for the company, and it's also not a good look for Adam Aron. But overall, I'm not going to place an opinion. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Mirrored tokens all listed together, found by Crystal Ball on Twitter, where all of the others say listed, yet AMC and GameStop only say delisted, and I'm going to show you the proof in 1 second. But also the Wall Street addresses, short reward, collateral, oracle, and limit order. You come over to the website, you'll see right here, all coded out, the contracts, whitelist Terra, MIR, Apple, Airbnb, AMC, these are all listed. AMC delisted, okay? You come down, let's take a look at GameStop. These are all listed. Bitcoin, Coin, Disney, Dot, Ethereum, GameStop, delisted, right? We are slowly digging out more and more information, and this may even correlate after I dig further to the sell-off that we had. Now, GameStop, 30-day IV implied volatility is reaching 4-year lows with the close today of $53.57. Now, this was on Friday. We touched $49.50 at the end of June on the 28th. You need to go back to 2019 to find anything lower. The options chain next week is also extremely hot, which we've been talking about on the channel. This is very good to see a move one way or the other and potentially break the algorithms if GameStop and AMC break up, and we're going to touch on the charts right now. AMC closed at 456, down 2.98% after hours. I believe we are coming very close to the levels we see at 435 for a bottom and a potential wick down to $3.65. Now, we are sitting on the weekly time frame today because I want to give you guys an overall outlook. In my opinion, AMC is very close to doing what we want it to do. And GameStop as well closed Friday at $14.75, and then after hours was down 3.28%. Another thing to note real quick with AMC is that at these low levels, we are getting the volume to pick back up in the stock. Now, yes, it is a cheaper stock, so more people want to trade the stock. However, this is going to cause more volatility in the early stages during the spring stages, which could push us higher faster. So keep an eye on the volume. GameStop has very little volume and it's fading, but it's fading on a sell-off after it tested the macro trend line. Now, we are also very close to dipping our toes in this box that we said GameStop should hold around 1460 to 1350. We want GameStop to hold somewhere in there, and as long as it continues to make higher highs and higher lows and doesn't break below 1190, nothing is invalidated for the bull case scenario. That could possibly happen. I just want to put that out there. We had a bull and bear case scenario drawn out. As long as it makes higher highs and higher lows and doesn't break below 1190, you could see GameStop break out of the macro trend line and see some moves higher. Next up, correlating to AMC and GameStop, Ethereum Classic as well as XRP. XRP didn't quite get the leg up right now, but if you take a look back here, it is finishing off these little candles, right? These hammer candles, getting XRP to calm down before the move higher, which I think is happening right now as we speak. And Ethereum Classic decided it wanted to make the move first, and I think AMC, XRP are next, and potentially even GameStop leading the pack before these two. Finally, before we move on, Morgan Stanley was also just fined $249 million by the SEC for leaking information about pending block trades, resulting in higher profits for the bank and poor execution quality for the institutions executing the block. Long story short, are there more enforcement actions coming from the SEC? Let's hope so. Moving on, guys, before we get into the SPY, the US dollar as well as crypto to close out the video, get your 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, for using the Moomoo investing app through my link. It's in the top of the description. Once you open an account and deposit any amount, you will start earning free stocks. The more you deposit, the more stocks you get. But on top of that, it's a great platform with amazing trade tools to use. Personally, you can use it for whatever trade tools you want, like free level 2 order book data, trading options, or going short as a retail trader, or even viewing other exchanges. But I personally like it because of the notifications as well as the customizable earnings calendar, just my personal opinion. But get your free money, open an account, and make a deposit. Yes, the platform keeps everything insured. It is all backed. It is completely safe, just like the other brokers that you use. Also, guys, it's the weekend. Now's the time to get in the Discord so we can bounce ideas back and forth before the week starts. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long, and I post my trades as soon as I take them. So, guys, get in the Discord, and if you're not following the trading challenge yet, make sure to follow the trading challenge. I have a 3-minute video explaining how to set everything up over on Frenetically, where you can copy my trades with the click of a button. No influencer is doing this as of right now. We have a small account that we're trading with, but you can trade with whatever amount. As soon as I take a trade, you're going to get a notification through Discord that says copy trade, and your broker will immediately put you in the same trade. Again, you don't have to follow me. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, but as plenty of you guys have seen, the track record has been solid for the trades that I've been making, and if you've been following it, you'd be up a large percentage gain, and we recently just started. Back to the video, the SPY. What is coming for the week? We are looking at the weekly time frame for once on the SPY. Everything we've called out has been coming to fruition. We don't want to see a double top on the daily. That wouldn't be the best case scenario. On the weekly time frame, we broke below this aggressive trend line base, came back up and retested it last week. So where are we going to go? SPY on these two hammer candles decided to decrease in volume and then increase when we based down here, and we increased even more, coming up to retest that relative high. With that being said, next week, if we see volume increase from this week, I think the SPY is going to break over the high at 480. However, we could see a bloody February coming forward if strength across the board doesn't kick in, and that would give the time frame prior to the March Fed meeting for a quick correction in the overall market as well as crypto. With that being said, I would watch the previous top on the SPY right around 460. Now, the US dollar, aka the Dixie Index, held its own. I think that isn't going to last long once crypto takes off, and we're going to talk about that in 1 second. But as of right now, the Bitcoin ETFs looks like it's not really doing too hot across the board, and also not really affecting crypto too hot as well. However, this could just be a shakeout for these institutions. We expected a larger sell-off overall with Bitcoin, and we didn't get it. And honestly, this is where I think Bitcoin is trading at, like you see back here at the top of this parallel channel that we hit, which we hit one time as well right here in the bear cycle. Now we are hitting it, coming into a bull cycle, and I think this is something we see going forward. This is something we see going forward. Large moves by mid-February all the way up to 64K. Finally, to close out the video, more than $1 billion worth of weapons the US has sent to Ukraine have not been properly tracked and remain delinquent, according to a new Department of Defense. Wow, shocking. Finally, I found this awesome. So shout out to FS Trades on Twitter. Here's Elon Musk's opinion, his thoughts on the Tesla trade next week. And honestly, I was going to show you the Tesla analysis and what I think next week because I'm heavily leveraged in Tesla right now as for options as well as shares. I'll let Elon explain it to you. I love you guys. Peace.
Okay, everyone. Today we're going to review Tesla's stock chart, seeing a lot of breakdowns and charts all around X. And I wanted to add in some things I think are important but missing. No, I know a lot of shareholders aren't exactly happy with me lately. Not exactly the best price action these days. But we've seen Tesla stock rocket higher before, and I think we'll be back on the moon soon enough. There's clear trend line support, especially when you look at the weekly. Too many are looking strictly at the daily, and that bugs me. Looking at the weekly, we see this coiling pattern finally breaking this week, and sadly chose to break to the downside. Not exactly sure why. Absolutely stunned by this downward stock move. We have a 14th price cut coming for the Model 3 next month. Maybe that'll help things. Anyway, back to the chart. Following this loss of weekly support, you'll notice price dropping faster than a person's will to live while watching the Miss Marvel movie. Fuck you, Bob. And, and that everyone's on X is calling for the death of the stock price. Yeah, well, I have to admit that, yes, it looks bad right now. That if you think long term or even short term, this is setting up for an excellent dip buy opportunity. Yes, we've lost the trend line support, and yes, we're seeing a pretty rapid downwards move from this massive volume shelf. And yes, we closed under the 200 moving average on the daily, and at the near the lows on the weekly. I forgot where I was going with this. We still have key support levels to watch here for a bounce next week. Not to mention the daily RSI is getting quite close to long-term support. The anchored volume weighted average price support from absolute lows here is very well worth watching, especially since it correlates around the $200 psych support. Notice how well it's been respected as support on the weekly chart. Give me another flush early next week to retest that on oversold daily RSI, and I'd bet my net worth on it. Just a joke. I actually can't. Still paying off my Twitter purchase. I mean, fuck. Anyways, there's a possible trade idea on the long side for this stock next week. Unless you're only looking to short, yeah, in that case, go fuck yourself and follow FS Trades.